Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honors, and glories unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, QADASAH. Double honors to my elders, my apostles of Great Milestone, that do indeed were well. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect, the afflicted, the one-third. Shalom. This is Brother Dawadak, coming at you with another video through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. And this is being in transit. And I want to touch in on this article, which is entitled, it says, Macy Gray says it's time for a new American flag that represents all of us in Juneteenth opened-ended. Which Juneteenth, that's June 19th, and it's like let me read the definition. Juneteenth is a federal holiday in the United States commemorating the emancipation. Man, people do not go into words. Let's finish the sentence. Commemorating the emancipation of enslaved African Americans. First off, we're not African Americans. How the hell can you be African and American at the same time? That makes zero sense. Okay? How can you be from two different places at the same time? It doesn't make sense. Okay? You're African American, or you're Chinese American, or you're European American. How the hell does that make sense? How can you be from two different landmasses at the same time? It's madness. People don't question this. See? People don't question this. You know, that's what the scripture say in Isaiah 25:7, that he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people and the veil that is spread throughout all the nations, roughly paraphrasing the scripture. Okay? That covering cast is getting broken up, which is what? The false nationalities that's been put upon the people. Okay? That's getting broken up now, man. Through this knowledge, through this truth. Everyone's understanding what their true biblical nationality is. Okay? Everyone's getting their true biblical nationality. Everyone goes back to one of the descendants, okay, of Shem, Ham, or Japheth. Everyone goes back to Shem, Ham, or Japheth. We are all descendants of one of those three. Okay? There ain't no, oh, well, you're African and you're American. How can you be from two places at once? It doesn't make any sense. But no one questions that. You know? But getting back to the point, it speaks about emancipation. It's supposed to be a day commemorating or celebrating and remembering the emancipation of, so-called African Americans, which are you so-called Negroes. Now, first of all, the word emancipation, the word emancipate, means to change from one hand to another. It does not mean to free. Okay? The word emancipate, once again, does not mean to free. It means to change from one hand to another. What happened? The slaves went from the plantations in the south to what? To the factories up in the north. That's all that happened. You know? They switched from being in the south, working down south, to working up north. All right? Key difference, one was no pay. Now they're getting some pay. But still getting treated like trash. You got Jake selling, oh yeah, we got emancipated. The word emancipate means to change from one hand to another. See? But guess what? If you change from one hand to another hand, you're still underneath the power of that same individual. Just like you got a tennis ball. You had a tennis ball in the left hand, and then you put the tennis ball in the right hand. So that ball was emancipated. But guess what? Who still has control over that ball? Whoever that person is. That's all it is. We still underneath the hands of evil Esau, Edom. Yeah, Jake want to continue to use the word emancipate. You haven't been emancipated. I mean, you're still in captivity. We're all still in captivity. We're still underneath the hands of evil E. You know? But when you read the article, basically this individual, I believe her name is Macy Gay or Macy Gray or whatever it is. She's a so-called black woman, as you can see on the screen. And she's speaking about how they need to make an American flag that is inclusive of all of us meaning inclusive of the so-called Negro. You know, because, oh man, Jake want to be included by evil E so bad. You know, no matter how much Esau beats them, no matter how much he oppresses them, no matter how much He shows you that he doesn't like you. You still got Jake that want to get all buddy-buddy with Esau. I show you our people are destroyed. The scriptures say in the book of Jeremiah 2:33, I believe it is. It says, "Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?" Jake, your way is supposed to be, you know what? I'm a Hebrew Israelite and I'm better than these nations. Yeah, what does Jake want to do? No, I want to be included. I want to be equal to these nations. You want this devil to show you some type of love. You want him to see you as being equals. You're not equal to the so-called white man. You're better than him. But Jake doesn't like being better than. Jake want to be the same. And that shows you that they've lost that regal mentality that they once had. All right? You once had that regal mentality to be above, not to be beneath. All right? Not to get subjugated, but to subject other nations onto us. All right? You can read about that in the book of Maccabees. But we've lost that regal mindset. Look at King David. You think King David had the mindset of being equal with evil E? No. You know? He was getting down on Esau. You know, he even said that he hated them. You know? He said, do not I hate them that hate thee, O YAHAWASHI? Yeah, I hate them with a perfect hatred. So is it wrong to hate? Of course not. You think King David didn't hate Esau when he was taking him down? What do you think? See? But Jake want to get equal to him. So basically in the article, she ends up saying that, yeah, she wants a more inclusive flag, that it represents everybody. And, she's basically calling for a redesigned flag that's inclusive of, everybody, including the so-called black people. And Jake believes that, the scripture said in the book of Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, that Jake has forgotten their resting place, which is true. Because your resting place is the land of Israel. But you have Jake that's, they're so focused, all right, on the land of Africa. Oh, yeah, Africa, that's the motherland. Yeah, that's not your resting place. Then you got some Jakes that are so deluded, they believe that America is their resting place. Yeah, America, that's it. This is it for us. We got to build here. Yeah, this is the land that we're supposed to have. Yeah, right here. No, it's not. It's not the land of our rest. Our land of rest is the land of Israel. So I'm going to read a quick excerpt from this little article here. And it says, she says in this article, see if I can find her quote. She says, America is great. It is beautiful. Pure, it ain't. It is broken and in pieces. So she loved this place. Even she can recognize the faults of this place. But yet, what does she describe America as? As being beautiful. See, man, the mind of our people are gone. And this is why YAHAWASHI, he has an elect. It ain't just simply about knowing that you're an Israelite or saying, oh, yeah, I'm an Israelite, yeah. No, it's about being of the Israel of God, the Israel of the Most High, like it says in the book of Galatians. All right, Galatians 6 and I think it's 6 and 16, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? It's all about being part of the Israel of the Most High. It says, quote, talking about the American flag. Let me read up. The American flag has been hijacked as code for a specific belief. God bless those believers, they can have it. Speaking about the so-called American flag, as it were, right? Now, hopping down, it says it no longer represents democracy and freedom. Now, first off, you so-called Negroes are not free. I don't know why Jake believes that. Yeah, I'm free. Because they believe that because they don't have physical shackles upon them, all right, that they're free. You're not free. You still have these different adhesion contracts on you, which are yokes, pursuant to the book of Jeremiah, the 30th chapter. All right, Jeremiah 30 and 8. You still have these different yokes upon you through these different adhesion contracts, which is like what? Your social security number, all right? You got the social security card, you have your birth certificate, you have your driver's license, you have your credit card, all right? These are different adhesion contracts, which the scriptures describe as being yokes upon us. Because let you try to get a job without a social security number, they'll look at you crazy. Let you try to go to a bank without a social security number, or without your driver's license. Let you try to fly out of America or go to even to Canada without your passport. You ain't going to be able to get there. You see? So we have these different adhesion contracts on us. We're not free. You know, first off, the word license. All right? You know, Jake love, you know, Jake say, oh, I got my L's. You know, which is, you know, short for license. The word license means permission. So here it is. This devil is giving you a card granting you permission to move about in a vehicle. Ain't that something? He giving you permission to move about in a vehicle. You know? Then if you get pulled over, license and registration. See, these are yokes upon us. We're not free. We're still subject unto this devil. Okay? We're still subject unto this devil. Because if you're free, you know, if a cop pull you over and asks you for identification, you should be able to say, no, I don't got to show that. I'm free. You know? We're definitely not free. And the so-called white man, he understands that you Jakes aren't free. You think he doesn't know that? See? Now she says, continuing on, since I've reached my destination, she says, it no longer represents all of us. When did the American flag ever represent all of us, quote unquote? It's not fair to be forced to honor it. It's time for a new flag. See, that shows you our mind. The minds of the majority of our people are dead set in Babylon. All right? And you know one of the number one reasons why Jake cannot receive, all right, this understanding of this truth? You know, of course, because they weren't, you know, it wasn't given unto him. But also because Jake, all right, our people, Jake can't see past this kingdom. They believe that this is it. Okay? That's why you tell your aunt, your niece, your nephew, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your close friend, your friends, your homegirls or your homeboys, you know. Back in the world, he tried to tell them about the truth, and they, oh, what you talking about? No, I can't believe that. You know why? Because they don't have that vision. You know, they can't see past this kingdom. They believe that this is it. That's why they constantly say, yeah, we got to build. Yeah, we got to make our own communities. Yeah, we got to fund black-owned businesses. Black-owned businesses on the soils of America would be destroyed. Point blank, period. You see? Jake has their minds dead set on Babylon. This is why YAHAWASHI is going to hit the reset button on Jake. You know? So with that, I'm going to leave it there. So that's the whole Juneteenth hype. You know, if you were wondering about it, what's Juneteenth? I keep hearing about it. You know, it's more folly. It's more folly. Just like in so-called, first off, you so-called Negroes, you helped build up this whole society. Actually, not only help, you did build this whole society. This whole kingdom, as it were, America. You built this place from the ground up. And not just you so-called Negroes, but the Latin tribes too. Because the Latin tribes, they were in captivity too. You know? You helped build up the Americas, as it were. Okay? You helped build this place up. Even yet to this very day. Okay? Who's the number one individual that works the most hours? You so-called Mexicans. That's you. The so-called Mexicans do the most laborious jobs on the soils of America. All right? There'll be maids, you know. The woman will be maids. The woman will be working long hours in these different fast food chains. You will go to a Chinese restaurant and you take a little peek into the back. You know who you see there? The Northern Kingdom out there cooking. You know, the Northern Kingdom. You may see some Mexicans there chefing it up. But you'll be like, wait, ain't this a Chinese restaurant? You'll go to a mechanic. You know, you'll go to a mechanic and you'll see who working on your car in the back. You will see so-called Mexicans there getting down. You see? You'll go to these different places where they, what do they call it? The name escapes me. But it's basically a place where you ship different goods. And you see those long vans, those 18-wheelers with the big old containers in the back. You know who be loading those? Jake. All right? Particularly of the Northern Kingdom. Even yet to this day, we still lift the society afloat. All right? Because best believe if Jake as a whole were departed out of America, this place will collapse overnight. And even on a more pinpointed level, when Jake gets money in, the first thing they want to do is spend it. You know? And not only that, Jake literally keeps the society afloat, because most of those, tough and laborious jobs, Jake has. You see? But even going all the way back then, Jake built this society. Okay? Jake built this society. From the ground up. You had slavery. Then even after that, you had Jake come up to the factories in the north, helping to build this place up. You see? So why do you want to be included in a place where you built up? When you Jakes, you seek reparations. You want to be seen as being equal to, instead of being seen as being greater than, because you are greater than these nations. You are better than these nations. That's why the scriptures say, why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? You see? And here it is. The point I was trying to make was, even though you built this whole kingdom, you built this society, they only give you 1 month in so-called Black History Month, but you built this whole kingdom. But you get one month of so-called Black history. First off, they're calling you black, and they ain't teaching you your true history. Because if they were, they'd tell you that you are the biblical Israelites. And instead of telling you about your true leaders, all right, like Moses, YAHAWASHI, King David, King Solomon, which was YAHAWASHI, okay? Like telling you about Moses, which was also King David. Like telling you about Jacob. Like telling you about Abraham. Those are individuals that look so-called black, all right, that are our ancestors. And instead of them telling you that and give you the truth, who do they give you? Martin Luther King, Shirley Chisholm, Malcolm X, Frederick Douglass, which he was a tear, They try to push that to you, but they don't teach you the true leaders, all right, that were your ancestors of old, that you can actually take pride in. They want to give you a bunch of sellouts and coons, you see? But they give you one, okay, you only get Black History Month, you also get Juneteenth. And Jake is satisfied with that. That's why 2/3 of the nation of Israel will be destroyed. All right, but they'll be good in the kingdom of heaven. All praises, honors, and glories be unto YAHAWAH, Ba'ashim, YAHAWASHI, Bahashim, Kodash. Double honors to my elders and my apostles of Great Milestone that do any well. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect, the afflicted, 1/3. With that being said, Shalom. RAWCHAA, Shalom.